Hi everybody, today is August 26, 2012. Here's a little bit on the NAN meeting, the Non-Alignment Summit. This article reads, Iran opens non-aligned summit with nuclear appeals. While another article reads, Iran takes on UN at global meeting. This is CNN, of course. It says Iran kicked off the meeting of more than 100 countries on Sunday by slamming the adverse consequences of the current world order and demanding change from the United Nations, state-run Press TV reported. While this other article reads, Iran opened a world gathering of self-described non-aligned nations Sunday with a slap at the UN Security Council and an appeal to rid the world of nuclear weapons, even as Tehran faces Western suspicion that it's seeking its own atomic bombs. Iran seeks to use the week-long gathering, capped by a two-day summit of non-aligned movement leaders, as a showcase of its global ties and efforts to challenge the influence of the West and its allies. Among those expected to attend include UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon and the Prime Minister of India, Mohammed Singh, whose nation remains an important Iranian oil customer as Tehran battles Western sanctions over its nuclear program. 6 decades since its establishment, the United Nations need fundamental reforms in order to adapt to the modern global developments, said Foreign Minister Ali Akbar Shali. According to the report, he added that a more democratic Security Council is needed. The 120-nation non-aligned movement, a holdover from the Cold War pull between East and West, is also seen by Iran and others as an alternative forum for current world decisions. Iran says it plans talk on a peace plan to end Syria's civil war, but no rebel factions will attend because of Tehran's close bonds with Syria and President Bashar Assad's regime. The United States and several other Western nations are concerned Iran's nuclear program is a guise for its secret development of nuclear weapons, a charge Iran denies. Iranian Foreign Ministry Ali Akbar Shali opened the gathering by noting comments to a previous goal from a non-aligned group known as NAN to remove the world's nuclear arsenal within 13 years. We believe that the timetable for ultimate removal of nuclear weapons by 2025, which was proposed by NAM, will only be realized if we follow up decisively, he told delegates. New Egypt President Mohamed Morsi plans to visit the Bushehr nuclear facility while in the country for the summit, Press TV reported. The visit is in line with countering propaganda against the Islamic Republic and their baseless claims about Iran's attempt to obtain nuclear program, Iranian lawmakers said Sunday, according to Press TV. I had reported how one of the leaders refused to go, and here it says Iran denies reports Sunday that Hamas, Gaza's ruling party, had been invited to the summit. It says that no official invitation for attending the NAM summit to the Prime Minister of the People's Government of Homs was sent. Only Palestinian Authority President Abbas was invited. He's the one that refused to go because he believed that Homs was going to go. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon will arrive at the meeting Wednesday. Salini criticized Israel for remaining outside the UN main treaty governing the spread of nuclear technology. Israel refused to discuss the full range of its military capabilities, but it is widely believed to have a nuclear arsenal. Iran ally North Korea has withdrawn from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. North Korean Foreign Minister Chung arrived in Tehran Sunday to attend the meeting. Outside the meeting site, Iran displayed 3 cars damaged by bomb blasts that Iran has blamed on agents from Britain and the U.S. At least 5 members of Iranian scientific community, including nuclear experts, have been killed since early 2010 as part of a suspected covert war with its main foes. And here's an image of those cars. They actually have them up on a platform with pictures, it looks like, of the families of those that were killed. Pretty gruesome. This other article says here that Israel warns NAM delegates of Iranian propaganda trap. Israel on Thursday warned UN Chief Ban Ki-moon and other world leaders not to fall into an Iranian propaganda trap when they attend the summit of the non-aligned movement in Tehran. He made that comment, I guess, last week. Here's another meeting of the summit. All the people that are participating. Then this other article goes on about Iran and proxies in turn have been linked by investigators to a series of attacks and plots on Israel's targets around the world. Salini also complained about the perception of the falling clout of the UN general membership at the expense of the rising power of the UN Security Council, led by permanent members US, Britain, France, Russia, and China. Creating a more democratic Security Council should be considered an important part of the UN reforms, Salini told the gathering. Even before the first session got underway, however, a dispute flared over Palestinian envoys. Iranian officials said that a political leader of Tehran's ally, Hamas, has not been invited to the meeting in Tehran, contradicting Hamas' claim that Prime Minister Ismail Haniyeh was asked to come by Iranian President Mohammad Ahmadinejad. Hamas later said Sunday that Haniyeh had dropped plans to attend. The decision appeared aimed to avoiding a confrontation among Palestinians that could embarrass Hamas' Iranian backers. The Office of Palestinian President, Abbas, had warned he would not attend if rival Haniyeh also takes part. The militant Hamas controls Gaza, while Abbas' Western-backed administration governs parts of the West Bank. Abbas' Foreign Ministry, Riyad Malki, also plans to travel to Tehran on Monday. Here it says the Secretary General looks forward to the summit as an opportunity to work with the participating heads of state and government, including the host country, towards solution on issues that are central to the global agenda, including follow-up of the Rio 20 conference on sustainable development, disarmament, conflict prevention, and support for countries in transition, the spokesman said in a statement last week. Despite calls by some in the United States and Israel for ban to boycott the summit, his spokesman said the UN chiefs take seriously the responsibility to pursue diplomacy with all member states. At the kickoff of the summit Sunday, a senior Iranian foreign policy lawmaker emphasized Tehran's continued support and companionship with the Syrian nation and government until a full settlement of the crisis in the Muslim country through talks and diplomacy, according to the semi-official Fars news agency. Band spokesman meanwhile said the Secretary General was dismayed by recent remarks threatening Israel's existence, attributed to Iran President Mohammad Ahmadinejad and Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and condemned the comments, which he described as offensive and inflammatory. The summit ends Friday. Another article says that this is the 16th non-aligned movement summit that opened on Sunday. The meeting will be held in 3 phases: preparatory senior officials meeting on August 26th and 27th, ministerial level meetings on the 28th through the 29th, and the summit on the 30th through 31st. It's under the theme of lasting peace through joint global governance. The meeting will discuss a wide range of political, social, economic issues, and the Palestinian issue. Salini said that Iran is resolved to turn the 120-member NAM into an efficient body. Founded in the former Yugoslavia in 1961, the NAM represents nearly 2/3 of the UN members and about 55% of the world population. Salini said in the opening ceremony that the foreign intervention in the regional issues is not acceptable. Iranian ministers stated that the Palestinian issue is the most important problem in the region, should be taken seriously during the ongoing NAM meeting, and the criminal measures of Israel's regime as the biggest threat to the region must be taken into consideration. Iran persists on the return of the Palestinians to their occupied lands in order to be able to democratically decide on their own fate, he added. Iranian foreign minister called for the active role of NAM in annihilation of the weapons of mass destruction. Israel should be forced to respect the non-proliferation of WND, said Salini. Israel's refusal to sign the non-proliferation treaty is a hurdle to the globalization and non-proliferation of nuclear weapons, he added. Drawing on Iran's nuclear program, he said that unilateral sanctions on the countries contradicts UN's charter, and the NAM opposed to such unilateral sanctions. And then it goes on how Iranian minister meanwhile stated that the United Nations is in need of structural reforms. On Sunday, Iran's foreign minister spokesman said that Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi's visit to Tehran during the NAM summit will help boost of ties between the two countries, the semi-official Mir news agency reported. Mem in Paris said that Tehran and Cairo will continue talks to work out plans to resolve the crisis in Syria, Press TV reported. In the upcoming summit, Egypt will hand over the movement's rotating chairmanship to Iran. Mehman Peres went on to say that we think that some trans-regional countries that try to interfere in Syria's internal affairs are not interested in the demands of the people and the region's peace and pursue certain political agendas. And this is what he was quoted in saying. It sure looks like Iran's getting all the political attention, or all the media attention. And here you gotta go through all these articles to find out the gist of everything, but this is important. See how Egypt handed over the seat to Iran. Here it says the leadership of the body is rotational, so one member state wields permanent control. Beginning on Sunday, Iran assumes a 3-year period of chairmanship and will now be headed by Iranian president. And then here it says for the West, the timing couldn't be worse. So what does that mean when they are head of the NAM body now? What kind of power do they have? It also goes on to say that Western diplomats have sought to downplay the importance of the summit and the start of Iran's 3-year presidency of NAM, a body set up in 1961 to counter big power dominance of international relations. 80 countries are participating in the summit at the level of minister or higher, foreign ministry spokesman said, with 50 sending their heads of government. Since the toppling of Egypt's Western-backed President Hosni Mubarak last year, non-Arab Iran has hoped to thaw in ties with the regional power, but Cairo has appeared less eager to embrace Shiite Muslim Iran, which is viewed with suspicions by its Sunni Gulf Arab neighbors. The presence of Egyptian President in Tehran will help to develop Tehran-Cairo relations, Menapars said. Divisions within the Muslim Middle East were also evident when Tehran moved to deny media reports that had invited the leader of Hamas, the Islamic group that controls the Gaza Strip. So what kind of significance does Iran, being now the head of the NAM body, what kind, like I said, what kind of power does he have? I might have to give that some thought. Alright, well, bookmark my site. I'll keep everyone up to date. I'll give you links to these pages. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you all. Bye.